Hey guys, this is Ash Bhattacharya here. First of all, thank you so much for downloading the Autism Teaching Strategy Guide. Now, I'm pretty sure it's already been sent to your mailbox, so do check your inbox, then your spam. And if you've still not received it, send us an email at support@autismac.org and my team and I will help you out ASAP. Deal? Awesome. Now, while you're here though, I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you my backstory. You see, I grew up in the good old 80s, where the internet was practically non existent. And my brother, who is about a year and a half elder to me, suffered from severe non-verbal autism. Even today, he is like 38 and he is still reliant on me for most of his day-to-day activities. Now, back in those days, the only resource that you could find on autism was a book called What is Autism? And you will be surprised what even some of the experts have to say in that book. Like one expert even called it some form of some manifestation of a severe form of psychosis, like schizophrenia. Yeah, it's really funny when you read it these days. Though you can imagine that it wasn't so at that point in time. Like me and my brother, we had a really hard time growing up. Because of the lack of social awareness, we were not accepted by our friends. We were never invited to a birthday party or to any sleepover party. We will get severely bullied in school. People would call us crazy brothers and whatnot, right? And for me, it was personally challenging because while I knew that I needed to take care of my brother, possibly for a long, long time, but I was also unable to focus on my own activities and things that I wanted to do. For example, my extracurricular activities, my sports, my studies and stuff. To make matters worse, when I was about 11 years, my parents started to observe certain strong patterns in my behavior that were very closely aligned to my brother. Things like stimming behavior, things like strict adherence to routines and stuff. Okay, and now because their eyes were already trained in recognizing some of these symptoms, they were very quick to actually go ahead and get me assessed. At the age of 12, I was formally diagnosed as having Asperger's syndrome. But the good thing is that my parents never really gave up because I was really on the high functioning side and there were things that I could do really well. For example, numbers and maths. They put all their energy and focus on me and really left no stone unturned to ensure that I got the best education that money could buy, to ensure that I had all the facilities in the world and the support that I needed from them to go ahead and chase my aspirations. Fast forward 20 years, I graduated from college, landed myself with a great job opportunity in one of the top software companies in Silicon Valley, bought myself a house in San Diego, proposed to the love of my life, and was the proud father of these two young kids, Alia and Archie. The point is that with the right set of tools and resources, even your child can grow up and lead a perfectly normal life, can have those dreams and fulfill those aspirations, can have meaningful relationships in their life, and can find themselves a job and become productive members of the society. But the only person that can make it happen is you. And the only thing that can make that happen for you is your belief. Sure, the road isn't going to be easy. There will be ups and downs, there will be tears and joy, but the point is that as long as you believe it, as long as you can garner the strength in yourself to go ahead and achieve it for your child and help your child through the small steps towards success, your child will eventually go and achieve something great. And my job is to instill those beliefs in you, which is why I'm today giving away these 5 core strategies that will have a life-changing impact on your child. The first strategy that I'm going to share with you today is a change in routine strategy. Now, we know that for as parents of kids with autism, that change in routine is such a big thing for your child, right? It almost always impacts kids negatively, okay? Be it a big change like moving homes or changing schools, or something really small like swapping oats for cereals as brekkie, right? These changes can really impact your child negatively. And the point of this strategy is to ensure that not only does your child accepts the change, but also eagerly anticipates it. Okay? And the way to do it is using this change in routine strategy. Okay? The best part is this strategy takes about 20 minutes to implement, and you could get results within the first couple of times you start using this. Okay? The next strategy is the visual schedules for autism. Okay, now we all know that visual schedules really work, okay, but do you understand how best to use these schedules, how you can actually plant these schedules into the daily activities that your child does to ensure that your child not only becomes more productive but clearly understand what he or she is meant to do next. So this small strategy booklet essentially highlights some of the key fundamentals of what is required for using the right kind of strategy for visual schedules. The third strategy is using relationship circles to understand social boundaries. Now, what does this do? We all know that kids with autism often struggle to understand the socially acceptable behavior in different social settings. For example, a behavior that may be fairly acceptable at home may not be acceptable during a wedding party or at church. Right now, the idea of this particular strategy is to educate your child and make him or her aware of how to perceive social boundaries and what kind of behavior could be expected where versus the ones to avoid. And it also provides some necessary visual tools that your child can actually use to help ensure that your child is always has a reference point to understand what behavior needs to be displayed at what point. The fourth strategy is easy to implement speech therapy strategies for autism. Now, many people often say, "Hey, Ash, for a person with Asperger's, you speak really well." Well, yes, I speak better than average, but that has not come overnight. It has taken me years to get to this level. Okay, like forget about looking at the camera. I wouldn't even look in person at you while talking about 10 years back. But through the years of practice and through rigorous, repetition, I have actually acquired some of this strength where now I'm fairly comfortable, though not perfect, but fairly comfortable in talking in front of camera or talking to a group of people. Right? And what I've done here is condensed all those learnings that I have personally acquired over the years into this small 22-point check sheet in this particular strategy to ensure that your child, that you can actually help your child become more effective in terms of verbal communication. Now, keep in mind, strategies like these, speech therapy, speech doesn't improve overnight, right? So it takes months or sometimes years. But the good news is that you can get started right away with this checklist, okay? And things to do for those checklists, and you can start seeing some results fairly soon, yeah? And the fifth one that I wanted to share with you is understanding token boards. Now, why token boards? We all understand that rewards really work well, right? It's sort of like an ethical bribe. But the point is that rewards motivate your child to do better, okay? But there is also a downside to that. How much reward should you actually be giving, whether you're rewarding too more or too less? Now, token economy is a very effective tool to ensure that rewards are administered at a level that is just enough to keep your child motivated and ensure that your child tries to do even better the next time. Okay. Now, that way the reward doesn't wear off. And the reason I included this particular strategy is because many of these strategies, the other four strategies that I have gotten here, they would require you to actually use some sort of a reinforcement or some sort of reward mechanism so that when your child is able to accomplish one of the activities, you reward them. And so understanding this token economy will help you set up a really good reward framework that will continuously motivate your child to do even better the next time. Okay. Now, if you go to my website, each of these strategies basically sell for $19.95, okay, a piece. But because you're here today, and I've already downloaded the Autism Teaching Strategy Guide, I'm going to offer you all these 5 strategies at an insanely low one-time price. Now, if you're still thinking whether it's worth it or not, let me tell you that this comes with a 30 days money-back assurance, right? But trust me, I have had at least 100,000 people download these 5 strategies from my website, and guess how many refunds I've got till date? 0. Sounds too good to be true? Well, go give it a try, and you will see that these are the exact same strategies that your occupational therapist or speech therapist will charge you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The main reason I'm charging this is because when people pay for something that they have acquired, they're more keen to follow it. So I might as well just given up these 5 strategies for free, okay? But then you would just shove it under your drawer and probably never look at it again. But now that you've just paid that little bit, you have made that forward commitment, you are more likely to go ahead and take a look into one of these. And why would you not? Because imagine, even if one of these strategies work, okay, how would you put it on a monetary value? It's priceless if your child from tomorrow starts eagerly anticipating for change or clearly understands social boundaries, right? You cannot possibly put a price tag to that. Okay. But keep in mind that this offer is one time only. So once you let this page go, this offer you will never see this offer again. So I strongly suggest that you act now, download these strategies, and do let me know how well they have been working for your child, because I'm continuously looking for feedback and I keep improving these strategies. So thanks a lot for watching my story. I really wish you all the best and hope you give these strategies a try and let me know how you're going.